Hello, this is my second implementation activity, and this time it's going to be done with a group of students instead of individually. My area of that I'm trying to target is going to be math this time. Last time was reading instruction. The tools I'm going to be using for math is Imagine Math, which is a new math assessment we're doing in the district this year. So we're still kind of trying to figure out how to analyze the data. So the way I went about it is I analyzed the data the way we were taught it as a campus, but also I broke it down a little bit more so I can know which kids I can work with for more one-on-one. Even though we work with all the students, but these are specific students that need a lot of one-on-one instruction aside from getting whole group. So I'm going to show you 3 documents that I use to figure out how I'm going to go about it to implement the activities that I have chosen for 3 students. My 3 students have very like strengths and weaknesses. So with these students, what I had to do is they have to take 3 tests on Imagine Math, and it deals with counting, graphing, and data, and then also geometry, measurement, and addition and subtraction. So it's a mixture of all concepts they're supposed to learn throughout the year. From there, they have a scale that they have to follow, or we have to actually follow for each test. So since there's 3 math tests, there's 3 scales that I have to use to figure out what level they fall under, so I can know how much intervention they're gonna need, how many minutes they have to do a skill online, and also what are some ways I can spiral activities or reteach a math concept so they can make growth on the assessment next time they take it. Even though between assessments, they still go online and they follow a path, and those paths have little pictures where they click on, and they have skills to practice, so when they take the test next time, hopefully they'll gain more points. So those are the 2 documents that I'm using to help me know what path to go on to when it comes to working with these 3 students. So one thing I noticed in the assessment is that these 3 students have difficulty with counting. They can count in order by memory, but when they get to a certain number, they stop because they start struggling. So these 3 students have that same problem. Aside from that, when they see a number, they're supposed to automatically recognize it. But since they don't recognize it, I have to make sure we're counting with looking at a number chart, that we have a number line, and make them understand that numbers come in order or in a sequence. Also, I have to use a lot of hands-on tools, manipulative, so they can learn how to count in order, but also be able to count a set and within a picture. And they also have to be able to subbatize, which is something that they have to have in place already in the beginning of the year of 1st grade. So with them, I have to start with square 1, recognizing the numbers and counting, but in chunks of numbers, because if I do 1 through 20, they can't do it. I have to do it 1 through 5, and then 5 through 10, and then 10 through 15, and then 15 through 20. So hopefully my goal, they'll be able to count from 1 through 20 once they learn the numbers in chunks. So also, just to meet their different learning abilities, I'm going to use some technology apps that it's going to help them count. I'm going to have a lot of visuals also, and also having it very abstract, where they work with the math tools, they're able to count, they use visuals, but then, hey, let's put it into writing. So I'm going to be dictating I'm going to be dictating numbers. So hopefully once they recognize those numbers, then they learn how to count them. They're able to write the number right away once they hear the number that's given to them. So that's the path I'm going to take with these 3 students. My focus is having them learn how to count in order and recognize their numbers in order and out of order, using different tools within the intervention steps that I'm going to take with them.